What's going on, family? This week in Psychology of Play, we learned about the brain and how it works. So how is the brain related to play? Let's go ahead and get into it. Let's talk about the triune brain theory. Now, what's the triune brain theory? The triune brain theory says that there's 3 distinct areas of the brain and each of them have its own function. Let's get into the reptilian brain, which is our instinct. That controls the functions that we need to survive every day. The involuntary things like our breathing and our heartbeat. Then we have the limbic system, and that controls our emotion. It also may trigger different emotions, and that it is our pleasure and pain center. And then we have the neocortex. That's the most advanced part of our brain. That's for our decision making and our problem solving. We also got into neoplasticity. Neoplasticity is how our brain has the ability to create new pathways. And when learning something, the wiring of our brain changes. We also got into how exercise boosts our brain power, our mental alertness, and our cognitive skills. And we also got into how important sleep is for the brain. If you sleep well, you think well. 2 of my biggest takeaways this week was Perma and Gratitude. Perma is the 5 building blocks of flourishing. The P stands for positive emotions, and that's for our overall general happiness and, pretty much just being present every day. The E stands for engagement, and that's being in a state of flow. The R is for relationships, and it just talks about how connection with others can give life purpose and meaning. The M stands for meaning. A sense of meaning gives purpose and can be derived from belonging and feeling like you're a part of something that's bigger than yourself. The A stands for accomplishments. Pursuing success in your everyday life, like in work, sports, and whatever it is that you are involved in. Another one of my favorite takeaways was gratitude and having a positive outlook on life. And just appreciating what we have. Granted, we might not always be where we want to be, but just appreciating where we are. Also accepting our strengths and limitations. So our reading this week was amazing. We had 2 articles, one about growing an optimistic mindset, and the other one talked about your brain on play. For our assignments this week, we had quests like we had last week, and I decided that I wanted to learn a new skill, and I also listened to a podcast about breaking bad habits, and I created a presentation just, discussing my biggest takeaways from that podcast. We also had 1 discussion post this week, and we had a reply to our classmates. So that pretty much wraps up week 2. There was so much, I could have gotten into, but I wanted to keep it short as possible. And it was amazing. I really enjoyed learning about the brain and its functions. So I appreciate you guys for stopping by and watching. And if you haven't already, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, so you can take this journey with me every week. And I hope you guys smash all your goals, whatever you set out to do this week. And I hope y'all have an amazing week. And I'll see you guys next week.